Hello everyone. Um, Bringing you today a set of the MRF gloves. These gloves here themselves are the Genius Prints ones. So these are the Shubman Gill style and sort of the colourway because that's the same sort of model he uses with his bat. So it is the Genius Prints edition of these MRF gloves. And they obviously do look very familiar in terms of the design. These gloves and this design have been around for a very long time. The famous users are obviously Sachin, MS Dhoni, Virat Kohli, and pretty much most of the Indian team have used these gloves and this style throughout their careers. And it's easy to see why. Because of the amount of protection that they do have on them. So these ones, as I said, these are the MRF version, but I mean the common ones that you see are BAS or BAS and all the other sorts of variations of the same sort of glove design. But overall, they all cover the same sort of purpose. They protect your hands, the design's good. So it's popular. This glove here, so this one has the single thumb, is what I would call that. So it's an all-in-one. Very, very soft inside as well. It is a bit stiff, so it probably does need a bit of flexibility in them. I, as you know, prefer a... Oh, Christ, that actually got a bit of reflection then. I prefer, as you know, a split thumb, but that's just my own personal opinion. But what am I to critique a glove design? The fit, they've then got a sheep leather palm, as you can see here. These are just the standard men's, but they're quite small fitting, so they're quite snug. For me, I probably would need a slightly bigger feel on the glove, but one sidebar just on the bottom right hand, so you can see there, so just that bit there. I mean, I never ever see anyone getting hit on these bits in the first place. And then the back of it is a sausage finger glove with then a split of it on the index and the middle finger, just there. But in terms of flexibility, very flexible out the packet. They will need a bit of wearing in, I think, just because of how much padding is in these fingers with the design as a sausage finger glove. So yeah, they do need a little bit of breaking in, but I think more couple of uses they'll be good to go. Just to show you then this would be your top hand if you're right-handed. You can see same sort of design pattern on it, the standard sausage fingers, MRF branding just there, single sidebar or top hand bar if you want to call it, whatever you want to call them, and then the sheep leather palm. The glove palm levers on these, so even the equivalent ones with BAS and everything like that, the palm, it's honestly it's some of the softest palm you will ever sort of feel. So every sort of glove that I've seen of this design, whether it is SS, Ton, BAS, these MRF ones, they're all the same sort of feel. They feel brilliant. Just on your hands, you know, they fit like a glove is the best way to sort of describe it as well. So it's premium materials on that one, and then the bottom two fingers, as you can see, there is the same sort of patterning as the your top two, what would be your ring finger, and then the little finger on the left hand is the same as these two, where it has got split, so it just adds a bit more additional flexibility first up. But as a glove, they are tried and tested with this design. They're popular for a reason. And it's because they're really good gloves. I personally probably wouldn't use these gloves. These are actually for my brother because he loves these gloves and how they fit. So just reviewing them. But in terms of, yeah, they're popular because of, well, you know, who's used them over the years, how comfortable they are, the level of protection they give you, and just the fit as well. I mean, I've got my strap on there, the straps. That strap is really locked in. My wrist is not going to feel like it's rotating in the glove, and the glove doesn't feel like it's going to move with the bat handle. So, yeah, in terms of how they sort of sit on your hands, they're brilliant. As I said, I would probably need a slightly bigger fit. That's just my own personal hands with it. But even then, I could use these easily in terms of that. The only thing I would want would be, as I said, is a split thumb on this design, and maybe add a split there just across those fingers, just to add a little bit extra on that. But that's just my own personal opinion on gloves. I'm quite picky, but I like the new design that's been given for Shubman, the Indian captain, obviously. So he sort of uses that sort of red design. It looks fun. It's got a lovely colour on this with a bit of the gold embedding and embossing and everything. So yeah, really solid. The common colours that you see is this. This is the blue, white and red sort of colour, but this is more of a red and gold. So yeah, I mean, they're brilliant gloves on your hands and how they fit. So yeah, they're always worth, and they're not worth it. They're not going anywhere fast, this design. You can get them in many different companies making these ones. So yeah, this is just the MRF Genius Prints version. But yeah, thanks guys.